Have you ever wondered why your website is not performing well for you? What if I told you there were just 8 simple things that are keeping your website from converting more visitors? My name is Sam Neudeck, CEO and founder of NeuWeb Marketing, and today I'm going to teach you 8 money-wasting web design mistakes and how you can correct them for your business. So in this video, you are going to learn why your website visitors aren't converting and the exact things that I would suggest to fix those errors. And then I'm also going to share with you, if you stick around to the end, our secret weapon after we've already made these simple changes. So if you're excited, I'm excited. Let's jump into it. Tip number 1 is use simple language. Too many websites are using crazy language and they have a case of the wee-wees. We do this, we're the best, we love our clients, we talk too much is what it comes down to. Let the prospect be the hero. When you use language on your website, try and avoid things like we and our and consistent use of that stuff. A few of them here and there is great, but don't have a case of the wee-wees. Be the guide for your prospect. Help them feel empowered. Another thing alongside of this is the overuse of big words. I love the Will Ferrell meme. Sometimes I use big words I don't fully understand in an effort to make myself sound more photosynthesis. And that's exactly what people are doing on their websites, is they're putting out things like these long, hard to understand terminologies that's only jargon that they would know in their industry, and it just confuses the customers. So let's dumb it down. Think like an 8th grade reading level. So what do they actually mean when they say things like comprehensive proprietary system for accelerated growth? Well, what they're really saying is all-in-one CRM marketing software, or prodigiously formatted digital strategies for extrapolating consistent market profits. Really, what they want to say is get killer Facebook ads that actually get results. You see the difference? One is more compelling, one is not. At the end of the day, we just want to keep it simple. Speaking of keeping it simple, number 2 is simple menus and forms. People have short attention spans. Look at this example by Home Depot. This was before they redid their site, probably based on the blog post I found this old image of their site on. All the different menu options that are placed all throughout this. We've got all departments, DIY, projects, and then each one of those has this massive mega menu here that is just poorly organized. It gets very confusing. I don't know where I want to go, and what happens is the user gets overwhelmed with choices, and then they don't want to make a choice. So here's a good comparison. This is actually one of our partners that does all our video and photography work. Their menu is extremely simple. It gets you exactly where you need to go, get a quote, or take a look at these different things, and that's it. So how do we make it better? We make a very clean menu by putting all the top pages on your site in the header and limit those as much as possible, and then stick everything else down in the footer of your website. People know to search to look for it. Get over the fact that you feel like people need to have all these options. They know they're gonna find it. All right, moving on. How are your forms? See this form here on the right, this bad form has so many fields. And when I see this all the time with like home loan officers, they'll have like their complete application. It's like 4 pages of massively long forms like what you're seeing here on the page. And people just don't want to fill that stuff out on their first touch with you. So this is what we consider a bad form, trying to collect too much information on the first step. Good form, oh boy. This form is one of the forms from our website. Simple first and last name, company, phone number, email, and I agree. Let's go ahead and move on to the next step. We can collect more details later in the customer journey. Let's just make sure that we know who we're talking to and that we can get a hold of them on the first step. So number 3 is not highlighting enough benefits and focusing too much on the features. It's like you have all parts, no engine. What I mean by that is that a lot of people get confused between what it is, what's a benefit and what's a feature. And they end up explaining a ton of the features and never giving the benefits to the customer, and it's the benefits that sell. Here's an example of like a roofing business. Features would be things like 50-year warranty, matte black color, 350 mile an hour wind resistance, 250 mile an hour impact resistance, whatever brand it is. We're the #1 roofer, those sorts of things. Those are features of your product or service. The benefits to the customer would be a safe home, peace of mind about their roof, a better curb appeal and showing off in front of the neighbors, earning cash back on what, feeling like they got a deal, having a long-term investment that's going to work out for them, avoiding costly repairs and things like that down the road, and the fact that there's no mess because this roofing company cleans up really well after every job. Those are the benefits, and those are the things that sell, are they not? Those are the things that people leave reviews about. They don't talk about all the impact rating and the quality of the material and all that stuff. So here's a quick example of how that looks written out. A feature-driven sentence would be, we offer a wind-resistant matte black Owens Corning's roofing system installed by the #1 roofer in your area and backed by a 50-year warranty. This roof is hail-resistant, blah, 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 blah. Get the best metal roof today. Is that compelling, or does this one sound more compelling? Keep your home safe and dry with a new roof that will make the neighbors jealous. Plus, we'll clean up our messes. Claim your free consultation and get a $500 cash back on any qualified roof. Wow, as a homeowner, I feel like there's so much more to offer. I feel like I can get, all that other stuff that's in the features with any company. But what do I get with you? Well, I get these benefits of having a nice home, making the neighbors jealous, the fact that it won't be a messy installation. I get a free consultation, plus I might get some money back out of this. So how do we use this on our website? We make the benefits the main feature. As you can see here on this solar website from Missouri, these are all benefits. We're not listing our features or what our services, we're listing the benefits. Reduce your electricity bill, increase your property value. So instead of using features, make benefits the main feature. All right, number 4 is not using clear calls to action. Okay, what's next, boss? Come on, tell me what I need to do next. People are like ants. I used to work for a construction company that was building buildings on a military base, and one of the things that one of the sergeants told us was, hey, if you take down a sign, make sure you put up a temporary one, because if you don't, these people are like ants. They'll never know where to go. We'll get calls in the office all day long, so just make sure you put up some road signs. And that's exactly what your customers need to see on your website. Tell them where to go. 70% of small businesses lack this. They don't have this call to action. On average, you can increase your conversions by over 42%. Now that's a huge number, so we have to look at this. Here's an example of a bad call to action by someone who claims to know marketing. The learn more feature has been overused. Same thing as buy now. There are a lot better calls to actions that you can make. So here's a list of very average calls to actions. You see them all the time. Get started, join now, sign up for free, create an account. Everyone's got this. You're not standing out. You're not telling the user what's going to happen after they get started. So here's a good example. This is for an online course to move yourself off grid. It says get the free How We Did It video plus our pre-filled out business plan, and the call to action says watch the video, claim your bonus, and get the course. Look at that. It tells them exactly what those next steps are, and if this is compelling to them, they're going to click that. But had it say just get started, well, that's a lot less compelling. I don't know what the next steps are. So here's some examples of personalized calls to action that actually make sense. Get started today and experience the difference. Join now and enjoy 10% off your first service. Book a short demo to get clarity on your goals. Short, definitive statements that also tell your customer what they're going to get on the other side. And hey, this is just a quick freebie for you. Red is proven to be one of the best conversion rate colors for buttons, at 26% more likely to convert. So if you can work red into your design, but this is a good tactic that we use on landing pages, using bright colors to get people to click that aren't necessarily matching the company branding. Hey, if you're enjoying this video, go ahead and make a comment below. Have you made any of these 8 mistakes on your website? I'd like to see those in the comments. If you have questions, I'll also make sure to answer any of them. All right, now back to the video. Number 5 is going to be the Iron Curtain. Mr. G, tear down that wall of text. You've got big hulking masses of text on your website and there's no supporting imagery. It's not really broken up very well. People are just not going to read it. People scan the internet, they don't read the internet. So if you have a classic wall of text, consider breaking it up with different images and headlines and ways to lead that person through a journey with imagery instead of relying solely on the copy. Here's a good way to do that. Use ChatGPT to easily edit your copy. Take your big wall of text and tell it something like this: to reduce the information in the following copy to a short, concise 3 to 4 sentence paragraph. Benefit-driven headlines to connect with the reader. Use simple, easy to understand language and a tone that makes the reader feel like their problems are being presented and solved through the content. So what happens is you give them this wall of text on the left, and then the ChatGPT will give you suggestions here on the right for these different ways to present this information in a much more readable format. And then you can add images in between these to reinforce the idea. All right, the 6th thing that you're probably doing wrong on your website right now is missing the human element. People connect with people. So why is showing people so important on your website? 48% more conversions, 95% more likely to have that emotional connection that's needed for people to make a sale, right? 52% of people that once they hit the homepage, they want to see the about us or the story. They want to know who they're working with. And that's very important. If someone walks into your business, you're going to meet them, greet them, teach you, and make a personal connection. They don't get that online unless you're showing people and telling your story. So people want to know that you're real. If you're afraid to meet your prospects, they're afraid to meet you too. Because I know a lot of businesses, a lot of people on your staff probably hate picture day. They don't like the idea of having their face out there, but it comes down to being afraid to meet the people that you're already serving. So let's get it done. Add staff photos, add social content. You start putting your staff into your social content and highlighting them if they're key members of your team so that people know who they are and know who they're going to be working with. And you'll be surprised. Sometimes posts like this on social media do really well compared to your standard postings. Also, share that personal story. I can't say it enough. People connect with these stories and they're more willing to buy from someone that they know their story than some random Joe on the street with a website. All right, we're getting into number 7, no lead magnets. You're just leaving money on the table when you don't give people ways to opt into your marketing. So what is a lead magnet? Maybe you've heard this term before, maybe you haven't, but you've probably seen something like this, a pop-up when you go to leave a website and that offers you something free, a guide, a download, a video, a course, and they solve a problem. Give it away for free and collect their information. This is an easy way to start building a list that you can then remarket to and eventually get real leads out of. Because you're missing out on a whopping 17 to 25% of people who would rather opt into a lead magnet than reach out for a quote or buy something directly. Final problem here, and it's the hero section. The hero section of your website is so important because first impressions last forever. It's the first thing they see, and over 78% of visitors are going to judge your business's credibility on your website within 3 to 5 seconds. There's a massive difference in presentation. I don't trust Ling's Cars at all, but I might actually trust Solus Roofing because their web design shows like they care. So what is a hero? This right here is a hero. It's this section at the beginning of your website. It's displayed at the top. It's above the fold. Don't have your hero hanging down where they got to scroll to see more of it. It's the first element that people see. It usually has a photo, a video, a graphic, a statement, or a call to action. And the goal of this is always to immediately hook your visitors in and give them somewhere to go. How do we do this effectively? We take a benefit statement with who, what, where, and how, and we work that into a very simple layout. So if you fix these 8 website mistakes, you're gonna do fantastic. So I promised if you stuck around, I'd share with you my secret weapon for being able to make modifications to websites to get more conversions. So if you've done all 8 of these things, then I'm going to show you how to get radar for your website. It's called heat map software, and it can show where people are clicking on your site in a nice heat map format. You can see where people are scrolling to, and you can even sometimes get live captures and watch those users as they go through, and then you can easily tell, is it the button? Is it the wording? Is it the layout? How are they interacting with my site that allows me to change it in order to meet their needs? I prefer Lucky Orange or Hotjar, but there's also a free plugin in WordPress called Aurora Heat Map, and we do use that quite often as well. But all 3 of these are free to get started with. I think they all have upgraded packages, but any one of them will do to get you started to understanding where your customers are getting caught on your website. So one other thing you could do, a CRM, to be able to track all these things and know where your conversions and clicks and everything are coming from, and then use the software to personalize every aspect of the customer journey, not just your calls to actions or your text. You can actually create very personalized journeys for your customer to go through once they fill out a form on your website. So don't leave the personalization at the front end level. Continue that through the entire process, and I promise you have more qualified leads and higher sales volume than ever before. If you want to learn more about the NeuLevel software, go to newwebmarketing.com/go-NeuLevel, and there's a complete walkthrough there on the page that will teach you all the benefits of this amazing software. So now you know why your website isn't converting as many people as it could be and what to do to fix it. If you found any value in this video, make sure you like, share, and subscribe to the channel so that you can get more tips like this from NeuWeb Marketing. I'm Sam Neudeck. We'll catch you next time, and happy marketing.